Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And I do have my order from PM Artist Studio. They are currently having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, all the things sale. Or let's see, you get a free 4.5 by 6 stencil with one of your purchases. So for orders $35 to $69, your order total needs to be that much after discounts. So if you use my discount, which is Darcy Fan 10, you can still use the discount. You just total has to be between that amount. And you can purchase gift cards and still get the stencils. So for orders $35 to $65, you get the mini circles horizons. And for orders $70 to $99, you get that plus the mini circles. And then if you spend over $100, which I did, so I'll be able to show you all of them, you get the crazy arrows, the wood grain, and the first two that you know. So that's what it will be. And so, if there's any small print, make sure you read that. And this will go through tomorrow, 24 to 5. Yeah, Monday. Today's Sunday. I'm recording this, and I'll make sure I put this up. So, I got mine in time to be able to show you what they look like and what $106 will get you. Because my total after discounts, I used Eddie Fan 10 for my discount code, I think, or Carrie. I switched between Eddie and Carrie. So yeah, it was 106, and I got quite a bit more than you would think. Or if I would think. I mean, it feels like a lot once I get it. So I got the Michelle's butterfly, not butterfly. That's a bee. It's a bee. What is it? A western? Hold on. It is a northern bumblebee. And then I got Eddie's Unraveling Squares. That's designed by Eddie. This one's designed by Michelle, she is the Creative Cove on YouTube. And I also was able to get the Tribal Tendencies by Carrie the Crafter. So, you can't see that because it's on white. Hold on. Let me get a darker piece of paper. That will make sense. That will make much more sense. And there's a lot of really awesome stencils in there, including ones that are designed by me, I mean, I like mine, just saying. But I already have mine, or I would have bought mine. And so that was what? So far we got 2 stamps, 1 stencil, 2 stencils. This one is woven cross stitch, created by PM Artist Studio. And that one is a really awesome mixed media background one. And then the Border Collection by Carrie the Crafter, which comes with 1 to 5 strips, which will be fun to use for mark making and on borders and layering. I actually might use some of these today too. I think I'm going to make some layered tags today. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do gel printing or what, but I did want you guys to see that you don't have to do gel printing to use the stencils. Now, because they're on UPO, they work really great for gel plate printing, but also you can just make tags with paint and inks and whatnot. So this is Little Leaves by Carrie the Crafter, which, I don't know, if you watch him, you've seen him use it a lot. So that is a fun one. And then we have Rhonda Dona plaid. I mean, who doesn't love a plaid? I love a plaid. I'm excited about that one. I tried to design my own plaid, like a wonky one, but I just haven't got it where I like it. I haven't got the size right. And then another one by Rhonda Dona, the French Curves. And you get the outside piece too. But isn't that fun? So I am going to play with these, as well as, okay, let's not forget to show you. So the Horizons one, was that the first one or the second one? Oh, where's my phone? So for the first level of the sale, oh, don't do that to me. So for the first level of the sale was the what, 39 to 30 35 to 69 was the Mini Circles Horizon. And that one is this one. And then if you do the... Okay, that needs to stay on there just a little bit longer, just saying. For the 70 to 99, you get the P Circles, which is these, along with the Mini Horizon. And then if you spend more than $100, you get all 4. So you get the wood grain and the crazy arrows, or whatever they were called. What are they? Let's see. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, full set of 4 stencils. Because I did the over $100. Then I got an early release promo, so I get them in time to be able to show you guys. So you get them all, and they already have the discounts. Plus, you can use the discount code and use the UPO. Is really fun to use, especially on the gel plate, but not just on the gel plate, as I will show you. So let's move on to the creating and the fun. All right. I don't need my, well, unless I do some, well, ooh, even, that one's empty, but it doesn't matter. Okay, don't mind me. I don't need my glue pages, because I won't be doing any collage today. I mean, it doesn't mean I won't use any glue, but, alright, let's just go ahead and grab some stencils that have some paint on them already, and some that need work. Let's see. And also, I think I want to grab a couple collage ones. This is an envelope. What else do I have? I'm just going through my box. I have a box of to be finished. Just have a box of a lot of things. So I thought I would just grab from there. There's that one. There's a nice grungy one. See, these I did inks on this side, so I could collage on that side, but I could do stuff on this side and just put other things on the other side. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Don't mind me. Oh, there's a tall tag. Alright, there's a collage tag. I want to do some collage tags too, because I want to show you some things with some different layers and fun things. With the grungy, fun grunginess. I'm pulling out more than I'll use. I tend to do that. Don't know why. If you know why, let me know. There's just an inked up envelope. Alright. So, let's just start playing. Alright, these will need to dry for a minute. So let me start by putting a little bit of gesso on some of these collage. This is why I say things like, doesn't matter when you collage what it looks like. Like you can put things that look good together or things that don't look so good together, because guess what? You can always add a little bit of gesso, and that will change things up completely. Let me grab a brush. Still not sure if I really want to put my fingers in it. Sometimes I want my fingers in the gesso, and sometimes I don't. So let's get this poor brush that's been sitting in my water. Ooh, the poor brush. Don't do this to your brush. Alright, there we go. That might help a little bit. I actually like it better when it's a drier brush, but right now it's wet and it's been sitting in the... Yep, that brush is not going to work. Let's find a dry brush. Don't do what I do with your brushes. Be nice. Be nicer to your brushes. But yeah, it is a little bit easier when the brush is dry to just kind of push everything into the background. And I must have used a distress ink when I inked these little pieces of book page. And so what I did with these pieces of book page is I cut them with decorative scissors and then ink the edges. And then I have them for when I collage. And even if I gesso them, it just spreads the blue up. It's not a big deal. Still looks good. But yeah, a little dry brushing of some gesso will help to push things into the background a little bit. If you don't want that to be your focal point, You could just do it all over like this, or you could just do, like here, I could just do, you know, where everything meets up, just to kind of blend it all together a little bit. So fun, fun, fun. All right, I'm gonna pause and finish these up. And some of you might be wondering how the ink is not smearing on the printables, and that is one, because I started with a dry brush and I'm only using a little bit of gesso, and two, because I usually, I have HP Instant Ink, and that seems to be like a better ink than the stuff you buy in the store, even the same brand. I don't know why. And then if you do it on a matte brochure type, not brochure, presentation paper, it doesn't spread quite as badly as if you were doing it on cheap copy paper. So that's why, you know, even though this is inkjet, I'm able to do some gesso on there despite there being, you know, despite using the inkjet, if that makes any sense. Of course, the book pages aren't a problem because, you know, they're not going to run like an inkjet would. So I thought I'd just come back on real quick and say that. And then my gesso looks pretty weird because there's some old gesso in there. The TCW gesso is a little thicker than the other, it starts with the L, Liquitex gesso that I added in there, and then they didn't want to mix well, so. But it's easier, the Liquitex that I have is in like this big bottle with a small cap. Small top, so it's easier for me to put it in another container. So there's that. I know, look at me, Mom, I'm cleaning up after myself. I hardly ever do that. Okay. And no, my mom, well, I guess she's watching me from heaven. That's where she can watch me from. That's where she can look at me from. Let's see, let's go ahead and take one of these, and do I want to use paints or inks? I could use either. I don't have the right, oh, I have this permanent dark violet that I just got. Or if this is too bright, I could just do black. But of course I want to try this. And then you have to go through the membrane. I can't even remember the tune or the words to that song now. The membrane, from Pitch Perfect. That the do 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 do. The, you know, that the German guys sing. The second one, the second Pitch Perfect. Yeah, see. Oh, and then also about PM Artist Studio. They are a mother-daughter team that do live streams on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Those are the times for Central Time. At an hour if you're Eastern Time like me, or just go to Google and find out what yours is. And they're a small business that I like to support. There's also that promo code if you didn't want to use the Darcy Fan 10. Although the Darcy Fan 10 is pretty easy to remember. And then she knows that you came from me. Okay, stencils. We want to try those promo stencils, don't we? Where'd I put them? Where'd I put the whole pile of stencils? Ooh, I think the Horizon one will be fun to use on this. Alright, so I'm just going to use a baby wipe to wipe this on here. Whoops. There's the membrane. My baby wipe's a little on the wet side. Oh, too wet. My baby wipe is too wet. Where's the other one that wasn't as wet? Well, actually, it's also, I don't really need a baby wipe for the golden because it's a fluid already. If I was using a craft paint, then I would want the baby wipe. But for the golden, I don't really need. So that was user error. Believe me, that was totally user error. Alright, now I'm going to come and do the little circles from this end and go back the other way. a dryer baby wipe, a not so wet baby wipe, not a baby wipe you would use in the dryer. Not that that's a thing. See, pretty cool. Now the reason I do like this technique with the baby wipe is because you can use craft paints with it pretty effectively. Do we want to use purple on this? That's last month's colors. That's okay. Let's just put a little bit of purple down there. It's almost the same color, which is the drier one. This one, it's a little bit drier. I don't always do the whole stencil like this, but I just kind of want to feel for the stencil a little bit. All right, I got a little bit of heavy in there. That's all right. And yeah, makes a nice mixed media background stencil. These do. I want to clean the back of it just because it leaked under there, and I don't want to do that again. What about, where is, ooh, let's do some of these on here. And, okay, now, these stencils, they kind of have a top and a bottom. So, like, this is a smooth side, and this is so this is the bottom, and this is the top. It's, I don't know, how do you tell? You can tell when you look at it. This is definitely smoother. But, yeah, let's grab that, and where, oh, this might be the one I was using with the brown, actually. Oh, we got some green here. Some bamboo. Alright, so where's the green one? That's not green. Don't mind me. I have a whole cup back here in the corner. That's me in the corner. Which have, one of them says green somewhere. It was a black one that said green, but I can't always find it. So I end up using, this one had paint on it, which is fine. That's fine, it's fine, it's perfectly fine. Just set that there. And so we'll just do this one here. It's going to be real subtle because I'm doing green on green. So, you know, whether you're using a baby wipe or a brush or using it on the gel plate. Yeah, so subtle, it's a secret. See, Carrie, look, it's so subtle, it's a secret. Yeah, that is really subtle. All right, let's try a lighter color. All right, this one's blue. Ooh, let's do this. This and the forest moss. Forest moss, forest moss. That's not it. There it is. I knew it had to be up there. All right, let's do the leaves again. We like the leaves. That's probably forest moss ink in the background to begin with. So it's also going to be so subtle it's a secret, but it should be a good background. A good first layer. And then we might add some more layers. So yeah, so subtle it's a secret. But it's a layer, and you can sort of kind of see it. Let's see. Let's do a little bit on this one maybe. A little bit of forest moss here, a little forest moss there. See, this is what I'm talking about, where I usually don't do the whole stencil. I usually do a little here, a little there. I might do different stencils, but with the same color. And then flip that over. Oh, I really like this with the ink as sort of a background. That's nice. I like that a lot. Oh, this has kind of got the forest and moss green. Let's try. See, the circles would be really good on the gel plate. But they also will work with ink on a card to just give that layer. That's cool. Alright. This one, I don't want this color. What color? Oh, sorry about the scrapey noise. That was unpleasant, to be sure. Let's see. What are some, ooh, yeah, let's do some of this. Oh, I gotta get those tribal ones out too. All right, this with some blue. That one's supposed to be light blue. We'll see what actually happens with the, which blue I actually use. If it'll be a light blue or a dark blue. Because it's the blue one I can find at the moment. That has like a brick red and a light blue. Oh, faded jeans would be perfect. Guess where the faded jeans is? I think it's somewhere on my desk. Oh, I haven't used these yet. Definitely want to use. So usually if I'm layering, I'm going to use my stencils first and then come back with my stamps, because the stencils tend to be more of a lighter color with the ink. See, you know, you get a fainter color with the ink from the stencils, and then with the stamps, of course, you know, you'll have a more, even using the same ink, you're going to have a more pronounced color, a deeper, richer. No, I'm not going to do it in the middle. I hardly ever do things right in the middle. So you can see the difference between when it was, goes through the stencil with the brush and when you stamp it on. Now this isn't a very dark color to begin with, so you're not going to see as much of a difference. But some. And some of mine, like even if I use this darker color, it's likely to be a little on the, oh, what's the word I want? They're a little dry. They're a little on the dry side. Alright, was this the one I was using for green? We'll have a little bit of mix of different greens here. So this is Rustic Wilderness that I'm using now, which is similar to the green that was in, well, not as similar because the, you know, but that's okay. You can mix the greens. I learned that from my friend Shell. It's okay to mix your greens. I struggle with that. I really do. I'm like, I want my greens to be in a similar enough family that they look good, but they look fine. They're green. In nature, you're not going to find your greens. Your greens aren't going to try to match up perfectly. That's just not how it works. Let's see. I got a lot of writing on here already, so I don't, well, there's some of that there, so I might want to repeat that a little bit. You know what would be a good idea? To wipe up this before it makes more of a mess. There we go. Now, if I was talking to P and M, it would be M, I would say, look, I'm cleaning. Not P. P wouldn't care. Yeah. My mom wouldn't care either, really. What am I looking for? Ink. Alright, let's just do the green, because that's what's here. And it's all going to look good. It doesn't, you don't have to... Do I have that upside down? Yes, I do. That also, it won't matter. No one is going to know. Unless you tell them. So you know, because I told you. So, there's some stenciling, some inking. We have the paper and the gesso. Lots of layering happening here. And then we can even go one more, which would be... Don't mind me. I know I have my coffee ink here, right? Well, yeah, right there. That'll work. So then I can ink it up. And we've gone from just a plain collage tag to something a little more grungy, a little more interesting. We could add more to it. We could add a focal point to it. Oh, sorry. Where's one of the roses? Oh, that's the wrong drawer. Ooh, but I got more stamps in there. I love my stamps from PM Artist Studio, if you couldn't tell. I know I have some roses in here. This is a little wooden thing. Ooh, I gotta tell you guys about something I got at the thrift store. I've been looking for a wine holder for my pens, and I found one which I won't even have to make inserts for because it's square. This is the rose I want. I don't think that's going to be big enough though. But it sure would be pretty on there with something, maybe a bunny. Too short, unless I put a label up there. Anyway, you have an idea of what you can do with your tags after you've decorated them by just adding a little focal point here or there. And because I had just like the neutrals and the greens, a red is going to really pop. Because the red is the complementary color to the green. So that is a nice thing to think about when you're making your tags. You could also add, you know, another little piece on there to layer it. See, that size would be a better size. I don't want to cut that out right now, though. Just saying. But something red on there would be really good. That would cover all the good stuff that I just did, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it would still look good. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to want to cover it all up. He's too small. Everything's too small. That tag is too big for what I want to do. But I gave you the idea of what I want to do, even though I didn't have the right size in my... I'm not going to put that back in there right now because that would be a little bit difficult. Okay, so more layered tags, more layered tags. Let's try some more of these fun free stencils. Not free. You have to buy something to get them. Did I mention that you can also get the... you can get a gift card and get the stencils? Which would be fun because you could get a gift card for your arty friend and put the stencils, or you wrap the gift card in with the stencils and have them something physical to give them as a present. Plus, they get the gift of shopping at PM Artist Studio and buying like cool stencils. And they'll, believe me, your arty friends would be so happy. Just believe me. All right, this is a wood grain, but it could also be watery. But also, why does wood have to be brown? It doesn't. Let's just go ahead and do some blue on blue here. Your trees can be any color you want them to be. Plus, this is more of a texture stencil. Just because it's like a wood grain, it doesn't have to be technically wood grain. All right, I need to do some background stencils that I get. All right, what did Brad make this one? What pen did he use? Like what? I know there are some in Procreate that will do that kind of a line. But I don't know how well it cuts on the thing. That's why I usually try to do smooth lines. Because otherwise might drive some cutting people crazy. Some people trying to cut some things. Let's see, we've got those straight lines, which we can mix with some, let's see. Mix with what? I don't know. So I want to do plaid too still. Oh, mix with some of these. That's what we can mix them with. Maybe we could go, let's see. Oh, we could do the dragon head. Oh, this could almost be like a knot in the wood, couldn't it? Or just some mark making. Let's do that one in black. That'll make it, it'll be striking that way too. If I use the Versafine in black, it would be even more striking. This one definitely needs to be re-inked. It's going to be more gray. That's okay too. So yeah, just using these to just do a little mark making. I'm going to do one up here. Just layering some things on here. Oh, let's see, what else do I want to do on here? I like to go outside my box. I like to try things that maybe they'll work, maybe they won't. I won't really know until I try it. You know what I mean? Let's see. All right, where is my Versafine? Oh, you know what? I have a new Versafine too, which is blue, but... Oh, sorry. My light flickers if I touch the cord. cords. There's cords everywhere. Just FYI. And this is the VersaFine. I definitely get a different look. Definitely darker with the VersaFine. Which would be good if I want to do a stencil too. Like maybe I just want to take this piece on the corner here. And I'm not afraid to overlay patterns. Don't be afraid to do that. It's okay to do that. It gives it interest. It will be busy sometimes, but if it gets too busy, what do? You just take your gesso and you push it to the back and you try some more things. And, you know, this isn't one where you probably put a focal point on it, because that would just be, well, it could be silly or it could be really cute. I mean, really, he doesn't look too bad. But this is more of an artsy kind of a stencil that you might, I mean, kind of a stencil, kind of a tag that you might want to do. Let's find, oops, sorry. Go ahead and turn it into a tag. And if I didn't want to use gesso, but I wanted to make this a little bit less obvious in the background, I can just take the same color I did the stencil with and just kind of go over it again. Of course, my ink's not totally dry, so. And that will, so the black ink is going to move, the VersaFine especially. But that'll just make it a little bit more grungy. So now we're just, so that's another way, if you don't want the pattern to be as obvious in the background, just go over it with the same color, because like I said, using the brush, you're going to get a less obvious, it's going to be a lighter color than if you're using the stamp. So let's see, do I want to ink the edges of this in brown? Maybe I do. Oh, and these, by the way, I get from the Rambling Crafter. I think this one might be apricot. I don't know. It's one of the, it's really cool. I can't remember if it's the one I bought or the one I won. But I did win one, but I also have bought several because I like to support small businesses, you know? And I also like a little brown and blue together, so let's just go ahead and grunge that up a little bit more. Now it's a little bit more green because there's yellow in the brown, but that's okay. I mean, we're already using a blue-green to begin with. So there you go. You have a layered tag, which has stenciling and stamping and is interesting, just as it is. You don't have to put a focal point on that or anything. And it has a place for your eye to rest. Even though it's right in the middle. I have a hard time with the middle. I tend to leave the middle empty. I don't know. Let's try some more. Let's see. This one, it needs a little too much. This one definitely needs something. It just was the gel plate print. Using some flowers as masks. And I'm thinking this here might be nice. Kind of down in the, off the corner just a little bit. Might even use it as, alright, but what color do I want to use? See, this won't show up in, oh, you know what will show up? Sorry about that loud noise, is an oxide. An oxide will definitely show up. What is that? It's kind of a blue-green. Let's go ahead and do, alright, you shouldn't use your same brushes with your oxides as you do with your inks. Do as I say, not as I do. Did not show up as much as I thought it would. It did show up some. But that's okay, because I can come in with, we've got some orangey in here, so I could come in with some gold. Find where that is. I mean, I could just trace it, but I can hardly see it because the color was just a little too similar. This isn't the gold pen I want. I want a gold pen that's going to show But I didn't put it away, so it's not there. So let's try white. That's on me. It's on my desk somewhere. I need something to, just need a piece of paper to get the ink flowing a little bit. There we go. And this pen is not working great on this slick surface. That's alright. It'll just be a little bit more grungy. When it's dry, I'll probably go over it with a little bit of ink so it won't be quite so white. Might even go over it with just a little bit of ink of, like, I don't know. I mean, still, actually, I like that it didn't come out perfect. So, that is actually better. Also, it's not perfectly on where the actual stencil was, and that's okay too. And that's another way you can use the stencils, is you can go ahead and trace something in them. Like maybe I want part of a dragon head. Where is my black? My blacks are up here, my black inks. Whoops, ooh, and there's my stencils I need to play with that I just created. They're over there, you can't see them. Alright, let's try that. So if you want something to really be dark, go ahead and go in it with a your pen. And some of the places, like these triangles, I think I'll leave open because they're supposed to be his teeth, right? But the beard, I'll fill in. And the other parts I filled in somewhat. And then the beard. And then there's my husband making noises. He's working. I don't know why he just needs to stay in there. Do I want to keep those open, or do I want to, maybe I want to fill them in? Oh, no, they don't want to be filled in. You know how markers can be sometimes. Sometimes they'll write on paint, sometimes they won't. You do want to make sure your paint is totally dry, though. Alright, I got a piece of cardstock that was a triangle that was poking into me. Alright, what do I want to do up here? Ooh, actually, oh, this might work. Ooh, actually, that might work too. Well, either one of these will work. Let's try the cross stitch in the moss on the edges where I want it to be showing. Is that the one I was using? I don't know. All these things are washable, so I don't worry too much about it. I mean, if it was like impossible to wash my brushes, then I might be more careful with them, but it's not. So now the edges that didn't get paint, I've just done some stenciling, and then I had inked them beforehand. So now it looks a little bit more cohesive, like a tag. What do I want? I want something here, but I don't know what. And it might even just be like a stamp. Like that, along with, oh, where's, ooh, like condemned. Do not use until adjusted. I just want the condemned. I think I've got a condemned in there somewhere, but we'll just ink up the condemned and put it down there. The whole word doesn't come out, and that's okay. These are Tim Holtz, by the way. I do like me a Tim Holtz stamp as well. Some of my favorite stamps are Tim Holtz and PM Artist Studio. Do I have a tag? I haven't. I want to try out the hey, where's that green one? Will it work on the green one? Is it? Let's try them. We have our VersaFine. And he's big enough. He might be a little too big, but that's okay too. And press Practice with purpose, says Timothy. Oh, I love the VersaFine ink. Oh, that came out really good. These are great, Michelle. Love it. So glad she's on the design team now. So there's that. Looking cool. Get that off fast before it is there forever. That's cool. All right, what other? I got other stamps. Do I have any other? So that would be a focal point type stamp instead of a background stamp. I have some of those. Mostly I have background stamps, but I also fortunately have some of these. All right, let's do the other layers first. Let's add some layers. I think we're gonna put a dragonfly on here, so let's definitely do some of Carrie. Carrie loves dragonflies, so let's definitely do some of Carrie's stencils in here. Now, what if you like this stencil so much you want it to be repeated? Well, then you just come along and put that first row, match it up, and just keep going. And then you can do it all the way across. So just take that first row, cover it with the stencil, and it will line up perfectly all the way, no matter which way. If you can see it, there we go. Line up that first line. That's not perfect, but that's okay. And there you go. You're able to take that smaller piece, especially since it's a repeated pattern, and go all the way across if that's what you want to do. Isn't that nice? All right. Where are the... Ooh, where's the arrows? Do I want to do some arrows? Do I want to... Oh, we got those. Ooh. Maybe we want to do something a little bit bigger here. I know, it's not making a lot of sense, is it? The way I layer stuff. It may or may not make a lot of sense. So I'm giving it a vignette. A vignette is just when you go around the outside of the mask so that we see, you know, you have that going around. I know you're thinking, that looks a little busy, lady. What you doing? I don't know. Did you think I knew what I was doing? No, I don't know what I'm doing. Why would you think that? All right, I like the big circle with the smaller circles. Let's go ahead and take some of these bigger circles and bring them further. What was I using? Uncharted Mariner. And just pretend like that's part of that circle, and then bring these over like that. There we go. That's cool. I like that. So we have this medium pattern and a bigger pattern, and then we're going to do a large stamp on top of that. Do I want anything else? I think we're good. I mean, I may ink the edges again, but they were already inked, but I may come back and ink them again. And I am not a put the stamp focal point in the middle. I do need to figure out which side I'd rather have it on, though. I think here. I'm a little concerned because of the collage paper is not a level surface. That's one of the nice things about the foam stamps, is I can kind of push down. And if, oh, that did. It came out perfect. So these with the VersaFine ink is awesome. I love it. Oh, the reason I would want to re-ink this again around the edges is because of the gesso. It kind of, it's not as obvious that I inked it in the first place. And then, you know me, I like to just kind of go over it and grunge it up a little bit more. Why not? So there we go. Got some layered tags. How are we doing on time? Getting close. Getting close to needing to be done. But so far so good. We got some good layered tags. Let's try to get one or two more done. I like this really tall one. Oh wait, do we really? I like this really tall one. Alright, let me ink and think about what I want to do with it. What might I want to do with it? I could do like a big dragonfly and then some smaller dragonflies. So some stamping. Right now we've got some blues and greens and browns. Let's scrunchie up that gesso a little bit. The ink, you know, if you're doing it kind of flat like this, the gesso is mostly going to take the ink more than the paper. And it just grunges it up nicely. Oh, you know what oh, it goes this, no, it goes this way. We have a flower here, which is not that big a deal, but I'm thinking, oh, you know what? You know that layering thing I did a couple weeks ago? I think I still have, no, maybe I don't. I have to touch the cord to find them if they are over here. Oh, he's kind of, he needs something behind him though, if he's going to go on there. But what I wanted was those masks that I used on that gel print that I did a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, or I don't know when it was. There they are. These are what I was thinking of, because now they're painty pieces that would be cool on a tag. That's what I'm saying. So you cut out your papers and you use them as masks, and then you can come back and use them as, ooh, that's kind of cool, and use them as a as a focal point, or even just a background piece on. See, he blends in too much, doesn't he? I've got like 3 more of these somewhere over here. What I should do is just, you know, make these a thing, make them a freebie on my Ko-fi, and then you guys can get them and cut them out. In case you're not a good drawer of leaves, but they're pretty simple. I mean, anybody could draw these and then cut them out, really. I think, in my opinion. I mean, you don't know unless you try. So don't assume that you can't. Just go ahead and try. Try. Alright, let's do a little bit of stamping of the, you know, if it's in front of my face I can't see it, right? That's why I sit there and pause for a minute. I don't want to do it everywhere, but I do want it to just be here and there. Alright, I like the idea of this, even though it's, you know, we have this green and this is more of a teal green. It's okay. They're still in the same family. And what's kind of cool about this is that bottom leaf is green, and then it kind of flows up into that red color, which kind of could be cool. So let's just not overthink it. Let's just go ahead and glue it on there. Why not? I mean, the red's cool too, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. And it's like red and green without being, I think I like the darker red on the bottom, without being Christmassy. Ooh, we could even come in from the edges like we did with the, oh, see, now I need a third one. You've ruined me, Patricia, because now I need a third one. Why did you ruin me like that? Why did you ruin me and now I can't do just 2? So what do you do if you can't find a third one that you know you have over here? Well, one thing you can do is you can just kind of cut it so you have 3. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So you don't have to fret. You can still have 3. And with a tall tag, sometimes it's really hard to figure out what you want to do on a tall tag. So this might be an idea. As far as, you know, have something tall down here, wherever it's going to land, that's where it's landing, and then have a couple pieces come in from the edge up here to fill in that top bit, here and there, and then you have your 3, and you have something that brings your eye to the top of the tag. And I'm thinking like a quote right here would be perfect. You know what I mean? Just put a little quote right there. What kind of quote? I don't know. You could stamp a quote right on there. You could stamp a quote on a piece of paper. You could have the quotes like I have, which came from the Dollar Tree, which were in a calendar, like a daily rip-off daily calendar, kind of a calendar. Now, we got red and green. They are complementary colors, but they're not looking Christmassy because, you know, we didn't want them to. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Color-wise, that kind of works, Lao Tzu. Don't look, Patricia. I don't see the point of these little books unless I'm going to tear them apart and use them. So, and Patricia is not a big let's rip up a book kind of person. She's really not. We love Patricia. Alright, so Patricia and Mariah of PM Artist Studio. I learn a lot from them. I get a lot of joy from them. It is a give and take because, you know, same. They love me too. So it's a great, you know how you click with people? I clicked with them right away. And I absolutely love it. It covers up too much of that. What if, do I just need to rip it more on the sides so I have more of the background showing? Or I could write it. I mean, oh, that helped a little bit. At least now more of that will show. Alright, I'm trying to think of what I want to ink it with. Do I want to go brown, neutral, green, or the red? Well, I think since it's not the exact same colors in there, maybe we'll just go. Also, it's really white, so we will take care of that too. And we'll just, we might even just kind of fold it right there, make it a little bit darker, make it look like it's been, like it's from the, it's like original, like Lao Tzu wrote it himself. Or herself. I think it's a him. I don't know. What do we think? Sometimes I have to look through the camera to know for sure. I think it'll work. So sometimes quotes are nice to put on a tag. So we got our layers. We have our stenciling, our collage. Well, our first layer was the collage, which some people call underwear. Like who did I watch? Oh, I know your name. Boho Hippie. Is that it? Boho Hippie. She has an underwear drawer, which is just like her under layers. She called it her underwear drawer. I love it. I think it's just hilarious. This is a little bit more pinky purple than these, and that's alright. Maybe a little bit more brown will make it look more in the red area. So there we go. So there's some layered tags. There's that one, and that one, and they're all very different, well, mostly different. These two, these were collaged on the same day, and then I did them in a similar style. So they're different as far as, you know, color and the stenciling that I chose, and of course, you know, the insects, but they're similar in style, for sure. So this will be a pocket, probably, and that'll be a tag that can even go in the pocket if I wanted. These two actually, you know, color-wise, they kind of go. Alright, I'm going to stop babbling now. 4 tags in almost an hour. That's not horrible, unless I did more and I just forgot. But I also got the bases started on some, and I will have fun creating some more. And so if I make a lot, I'll try to do a short and flip through them so you can see them if I continue making them. I still have to go watch Gail Augustinelli. I slept in today, so I started out with the live stream with PM Artist Studio, and usually my breakfast is with Gail, so I gotta go watch her. So I'm gonna play while I watch her, and you guys can go go shopping at pmartiststudio.com, and so you could use that promo code, or you could use Darcy, D-A-R-C-Y, F-A-N 10. It's always listed below. To use the code, you have to spend at least $35 after the discount. And also that the sale that's going on for the free stencil, those amounts are for after. Where is it? Okay, come on. Where'd the return to shop? Did I leave the shop? I didn't mean to leave the shop. Oh no, I need home. Anyway, you guys saw it at the beginning. I'll show it, hopefully. We'll see if oh, here we go. So, screenshot that real quick if you want to like show it to your husband and be like, look, go get me a gift card. Go get it now while it's on sale through to tomorrow. Today's Sunday, the 26th. And the sale ends tomorrow, Monday, November 27th, 2023. And free stencils are fun. And shopping is fun. So have a delightful day, guys. Love you.